While making my last video, I found that I really enjoyed doing virtual photography in the beautiful lands of Skyrim. I want to do more of that. So, here we are. Now, I'm not going to show any boring games like Skyrim or Red Dead Redemption 2. Instead, I have some more interesting games to showcase. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest, this first game is sort of just here so I can do the thumbnail, but I also think it's fairly nice looking. Cube World. I don't know what to say about Cube World. I loaded into one of my characters and I was a bug for some reason. I like the music in this game. Yeah, I didn't figure out how to turn off the HUD for a while because the button isn't listed in the controls. Anyway, now that that's over, we can get into the games that I really want to show. Bioshock 2. The first two Bioshocks are set in Rapture, a fascinating place itself, but my favorite part, visually, of the games is when you are barely outside of it. During Bioshock 2, there are a few times where you, for one reason or another, leave Rapture and walk on the ocean floor. These areas are very bare bones gameplay-wise. You simply walk for less than a minute before going back inside, maybe picking up a couple atom slugs along the way. But still, I love these parts because of all the pretty plants and extremely complex fish behavior. Going outside of Rapture is also a good reminder that you are in a giant city built on the ocean floor. A fact that is surprisingly easy to forget, or at least normalize, after hours spent looting corpses and cash registers. Next up, I've got another game ending in 2. Divinity Original Sin 2, or for short, Divinity Original Sin 2, or for even shorter, Divinity 2, except Divinity 2 is actually a different game by the same developers, because Divinity Original Sin, the first one, is a turn-based prequel spin-off of the Divinity series of games. Regardless, Divinity Original Sin 2 is quite the enjoyable thing to observe and listen to in general.
To march against the ancient empire.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Although my second favorite place in the game has got to be the Hall of Echoes. The Hall of Echoes is Original Sin 2's afterlife, which you, being a god woken, travel to numerous times throughout your adventure. You gotta wonder if it gets boring just hanging around on a bunch of hexagons with bluish glowing borders for all eternity. Now, while heaven is cool and all, my favorite place in Divinity is definitively the Lady Vengeance, the ship you sail on throughout the game. This darned boat gives me that incredible feeling of adventure like nothing else. The waves flowing, party gathered, ballistas loaded, and the sounds of Rivellon always make me think I'm quite ready for another adventure. While Divinity Original Sin 2 is my favorite kid, Boneworks is a pretty close second. There are two things you should understand about Boneworks. One is that it's a VR game, so it looks even better actually playing it. And two is that the game takes place in an unfinished, in-universe virtual world called MythOS. And MythOS has this weird sort of industrial/default texture kind of look to it, for the most part. We'll talk about the exception when we get there. The first real level of the game is Streets, where you'll walk through an empty city to get to Runoff, the next level that consists mostly of shooting enemies in the trenches. Then comes the sewer, that one is self-explanatory. Following the dirty tube system, you enter the level Warehouse, and after fighting your way through to a tram, you will, finally, reach Central Station. This place is notably different from the others in its familiarity. While the last level is something you'd never see in real life, this Central Station is more or less a realistic subway station. Now all there is to do is ascend. Machinarium looks like a textbook dystopia. Organic life is nowhere to be found, and the game takes place in a city made of steel and smoke. But really, it's a pretty nice area. I mean, there are bad things like corrupt cops and this gosh darn tic-tac-toe guy, but also lovely things like cleaning robots, this dog, and of course Joseph, the protagonist. Anyways, I just really enjoy the atmosphere in this game, as always. I like Starfield. It's really fun to parkour around Neon uninterrupted like this. I love rain games so much. Bethesda games really shine in their pure quantity of mechanics. There are no other RPG games where 5 people could play for 50 hours and all do completely different things. Anyways, I'm tired of writing the script. The game looks nice, and that's truly just the point of this. When looking at these unreal places, it's easy to say, wow, I wish I could be there. But if these were real places, they would suck. I mean, Skyrim is filled with bears and ancient tombs containing countless traps and monsters. Humans are probably extinct in Machinarium. This place is just really cold, and Central Station is mostly okay, actually. Apart from all the zombies. This isn't exclusive to video games either. Some of the prettiest things in real life, snow, fire, mountains, are quite unpleasant too. I wonder why that is. Why are we so enamored, not even in a morbidly curious way, just a plain old nice to look at way, by things that can be so dangerous? Could it be that we've grown to be satisfied in staring at them, so we feel no need to get closer, similar to how being inside feels extra nice when it's raining outside? Or is it the opposite, that we aren't satisfied? We feel curious about what they smell like, feel like, because we know that we shouldn't, and so we just sit there, staring, trying to get as much information as we can through sight alone, like how people watch videos about expensive things they know they'll never buy. The answer to this is unknown to me, probably both to some extent. I just know that I really, really enjoy looking at cubes in Cube World. I just dabbed.